And we are live. Brothers and sisters, hello. Why are my eyes closed? What is going on? Why can't I go up? There we go. There we go. Alright, hello, welcome back to another episode of Brotherland Live. We're back again. It's Sunday, and we're back in the Sky Village, and I'm gonna explain to you what exactly is going on. So, behind me, you'll see that we have the village as it is. Let me get some coffee. My brain is not awake this morning. Coffee breaks. Alright, so here we are. This is the Sky Village. We worked on this last time. We worked on the border wall outside, so we got the entire border wall finished. We bone mealed it all. We got it looking good. Then we started working the border wall a little bit, and now we've finished it. So now it's completely enclosed. And so here we are. If you look on the ground, you'll see these weird looking shapes. These shapes are my plans for the village. So let me just walk you through what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking about having every single one be a little bit different district, right? So we've got this. I'm trying to tell a story here, right? So we've got this house castle in the center, which has broken apart because of the magic, right? So we've got this magic going on, and already inside the village we've got the regular grass and the Nilium here, right? So we got either one of those. And so what I'm thinking we're doing is we're gonna tell more of this story, right? So this whole thing is a combination of this peaceful village is encapsulated in the Nilium of the outside map. So the rest of the world is going to be Nilium here. It's going to look really nice and spooky and magical. And then you get here and it's like, oh, finally a civilization. But when you get inside the civilization, you can see that they've started to adapt. So what we're going to do, and this is going to be a build, we're going to build and design this together and talk about things as well, so not to worry. But what it's going to be, anytime it's on the grass, I want it to look more like this original structure. So you see how this is. I can't jump. I don't know what's going on. There we go. It's going to be like this original structure, right? This typical village look to it, right? So that's what we're going to do for when it's on the grass. And then what I think is when it's on the Nilium, it's going to transition and it's going to look a little bit more magical, a little bit more spooky, right? I think that's what we're going to do. So I've done some background work. We've done some prep already. We've got tons of blue wood for the projects on the actual Nilium. We've got stone for the regular stuff. We've got oak. We are good to go. We've got a couple of extra stuff. We're gonna throw this in here. Oh, not the sword. The sword we need. And we're gonna get straight to work. So I'm gonna start here because this is the easiest, I think. We're gonna start with the garden district. So this is the garden district. I think I want to do that. So also let me come over here on this other map. So if you look at here, you'll see that it's kind of divided into 4 sections. I kind of want to keep these central lanes clear, so that way you can kind of get a path going from the end, from one side to the other, right? And then I think we're going to divide them into districts. So this over here, where we just were, that's going to be the garden district or the farming district. We're going to have farms there. We're going to, grow our crops. And that center building is going to be the house for all the farmers. Over here, we've got the, not attack district, but kind of the armory district. We're going to put a stable up there. We're going to put an archery range. We're going to put a blacksmithing shop. We have the armor house itself. Down on the bottom here on the right corner, we've got the educational district. So we're going to put a statue there and maybe another statue, some leatherworking, library, so that we can get all the books over there. And then over here, we're going to have the animal district. We're going to build a little pond, a little fisherman house. There's going to be some wheat over here to feed the animals, and then a butcher's house with the animals in these pens over here. So I think let's start there, and then we'll work counterclockwise, because I don't know how to build the forge yet, because I haven't thought about it. But I know how to build farms. So let's build the farms. and talk about our lives. It's the end of week 2 for the collegiate folks. It's the end of week 2, and I just for those of you who aren't aware, last week we talked about Greek mythology and different things. Okay, I'm modeling. So what I'm doing is I'm building 4 of these guys. So slabs, 3 center slabs, and then that, and then that. Gotcha. We talked about Greek mythology last time, and it was quite a fun discussion, fun topics that we were talking about. I really enjoyed it. Just to make sure this is good. But actually, I got the chance to go see a Greek play in these last couple of days. So what I got to do, we got to watch Atreus at my university, because they were doing a show of Atreus, and it was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It was really solid. It was an original work. It was fantastically done. Acting was superb. It was good. So in terms of, you know, tying things together, I thought it was really interesting how we talked about Greek mythology, and then I got to see Greek mythology. So that was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then, I know last week I wanted to talk about conspiracy theories and other things, but the book, unfortunately, did not get to be read because time slips away so quickly when you are in a collegiate setting. There's almost no time for anything else. Also, shameless plug, if you are not already following, you should follow Uncertainty Box on Facebook, because that's another project that I am actually a part of. So any support and like on that thing would be greatly appreciated. We're gonna go to sleep just so we don't accidentally spawn anything. Yeah, and I was thinking about this for stories because I had the wildest, crazy dreams. There was kind of nursery rhyme stories, because when I was watching Atreus, it was interesting because that's kind of one of the things that's great about Greek mythology, right? We talked about it last week. There's a bunch of different stories. They're all usually moral messages, or there's something to do with, oh, you know, these people aren't actually as great, or the gods are blah, 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 right? So there's all of that. I'm gonna put the crafting bench down because we're gonna need to convert things. Oh, well, that was weird. I don't know why I keep throwing things. My controls are wonky today. I was thinking about something and I forgot. Why are you throwing things? Differences of stories. That you can have one myth. I need, yeah, a couple more of those. One myth that's actually one myth told in one way and one myth told in another version, right? So the story of Atreus can be told differently depending on where you are and whose story you're following. For instance, so the story of Atreus is one of many stories, not necessarily the only story, but one of the stories where Atreus, the main character, is has this destiny, right? He wants to become king. He's one of many sons. So we need what? We also need the fence posts. That's what we need. And I think I have a bunch. Yeah. I'm gonna throw it? No, I'm gonna throw it. And it's 2. Sweet. Atreus is supposed to be king, and he's got younger brothers who are heir to the throne, and so he wants to be heir to the throne, so him and his brother kill one of their other siblings. There we go. And then after that, they come on and they're exiled from their land, and then in the other land, they're destined to be king as well, and then they have a competition, and one brother cheats the other brother. I mean, there's ups and downs through the entire story, right? So there's very clearly it is, oh, I need to be able to jump, and I don't know why I'm not able to jump. There we go. There we go. So but depending on what you do, because I believe, because I was talking to the playwright, and he was telling me that he was basing his stories off of the works of Seneca, which is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a Roman playwright. maybe it's Greek. I'm not sure. That's gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to be checked on that. Otherwise, I'll be spreading false information. He was basing it off of his works, but the story that Seneca wrote actually focused on Thessalonius. I can't remember the character's name. Atreus's brother, and it makes Atreus's brother out to be the hero because most of the time stories focus on Atreus. So what happened? Let me recap the story. Atreus becomes king, and he becomes king because there's a competition to present the most beautiful gift in the land, and to prep because he wants to give his son he wants to give his brother the kingdom, and then they want to split it, but the king of the land currently will not allow that. So he's saying, no, you have to, there can only be one king. And why am I throwing things? I might have to, yeah, I'm gonna exit and come back in, I think, because I cannot handle this not able to jump. So give me a second. So there's the idea. So Atreus and his brother were supposed to compete to become king. The king of the land, whose son just died, tells them that he will hold a competition to announce which one is going to be king. And the king will be the person who brings, and he will decide who's going to be king. And the brothers think that this is not fair, so the brothers decide, well, not the brothers decide, the brothers hope the king will do it. Atreus' brother says, no, it's not fair, we should have a competition because I want to be king. And it's still not jumping. I can't tell if this is a controller issue or if this is a game issue. That's alright. He says, no, I don't think that's fair. We should have a competition so that we can, you know, more fairly decide which of us is going to be king. And his brother agrees to it, and basically what his brother ends up doing is saying, well, how about we bring the greatest gift? And Atreus, who was prepared, wanted to sacrifice so that the gods would bless him and give him the throne over his brother, because he wanted to give the throne to his brother. He wanted to split the kingdom in half once the current king had died. The current king would die, he wouldn't have to obey anything else, and then he would be able to split the kingdom in half between him and his brother. Well, his brother stole this golden lamb that was given to Atreus, and he told his wife to keep track of it. Well, when it ends up being stolen, and his brother says that it's his lamb, and then Atreus goes to his wife and says, you know, tell everyone that I'm not lying, that I gave it to you to keep safe. And basically his wife is like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And so he gets in a fit of rage. He, you know, basically lashes out. They say, okay, well, let's imprison him. And then his brother is like, okay, well, cool, make me king. And then the current ruler is like, today's not a good day to be king. Clearly, we've got madness going on, and we're not about to just crown a king if he's mad. Okay, let me fly. There we go. So they take a day. Atreus gets a message from the gods, and he says basically, hey, we're gonna do a miracle for you, and once we do this miracle, then you'll be crowned king. So Atreus is all excited. He's like, okay, cool, then that'll be good. So he becomes king, and as he becomes king, he goes a little crazy. He exiles his brother and his wife. Right? His wife takes one of his sons with him, and then they're exiled basically into the land. Fast forward a couple of years. Right? Fast forward, they've been exiled, they've been living in hiding, and then all of a sudden, Atreus is king, he's ruling, he's getting, he's fulfilling requests, everyone's coming to him to bring him different things and different questions they have, like, oh, I don't actually know, yes, before we do that, because I want to get a water source, I don't have to keep jumping down, this is gonna be a pond, by the way. Sorry, I know I'm distracted, but we're gonna put a pond over here. If I could jump, things would be amazing. Oh, and I wanted to not put dirt underneath there. I wanted to put the blue stuff, the blue warped roots, which I believe are in this box. Yes. Okay. Why are you throwing things? And it's snowing. Atreus is king, he's getting requests. That's where we left off. So Atreus is king, he's getting requests, and then all of a sudden, there's a mysterious hooded figure who comes up and is basically saying, hey, I have a request for you. And Atreus is like, okay, you know, what is it? You know, let me know, and I'll be happy to, you know, to help you however you want. And it ends up, and then the guy says, I want you to die! And then, Atreus kills him and says, you know, how dare you, how dare you, you know, attack the king? This is no good. I cannot swim upward for whatever reason. I think it's just something to do with the game. I don't understand. Okay, there we go. Now we're swimming. Come on. And we're not swimming anymore. So Atreus says, how dare you do this? He kills him. And then, as he's about to kill his servant, the servant says, please don't kill me. I was just obeying my master. And Atreus, okay, what is going on? I don't understand. Maybe it's the controller. Give me, guys, I can't function like this. You guys see in the background and everything. I want to bring you guys quality content, and I can't do that if I can't jump. I'm just saying. And now we're gonna load the entire thing back in. Anyways, Atreus kills the man. The servant of the man says, oh, please don't kill me. I was just obeying orders. And he says, okay, well, who was this man? Well, this man was your son. And so Atreus accidentally killed his son because his son tried to kill him. So all of that context, right? He has a son, and he finds out that he was basically sent by his brother, who's now estranged. So he invites his brother over for dinner. He says, okay, come over here, brother. You know, everything's good. We'll make up. We're a family. We shouldn't be doing this anyways. We're brothers. Come on now. So that's what happens. And so he invites his brother to dinner, and his brother's like, I don't know if I should do this. You know, this seems kind of dangerous. And his wife's like, well, no, come on. It's your brother. He clearly wants to make up. Maybe you should go. And he says, okay, well, I'll go. And then his wife says, okay, but if you go, take this, you know, vat of poison, because this vial of poison, because I don't trust my husband. I think he's gonna kill you. You should take this with you. So he takes it with him, and he goes to the palace. And then, lo and behold, his wife is, you know, cleaning up for dinner. That's now not happening. And one of their daughters runs in and says, oh, hey, you know, why couldn't I go to the palace? And she's like, well, you can't go to the palace because your father needs to do it. And then she says, yeah, but all my 3 brothers just snuck on the carriage and are going to the palace, and I want to stay, but, you know, I wanted to go to the palace too. So the kids snuck into the carriage and are going to this palace with this, you know, with Atreus's brother, whose name escapes me at the moment. So he runs to the palace. You know, Atreus is happy to see him. And then his kids come out of hiding out of the back of the carriage and say, Dad, you know, we wanted to go to the palace because we heard you were going to the palace. So he's now terrified because now he's with his brother who exiled him last time. He doesn't want to do this, and now he's got to take care of his kids who are there with him. So he's like, okay, well, you know, try not to do anything stupid. I'm so sorry. And Atreus is like, oh, is this your family? He's like, yes, this is my family. I'm working on it. They're my kids. Oh, with my wife? Yes, with your wife. I didn't want them to come. So he's like, no, it's okay. Let's go inside. Like, you know, brothers haven't seen each other for a long time. Let's hang out, dude. And obviously, his brother's a bit skeptical of this. He's like, I don't know about this. This kind of seems sketchy. But he goes inside. He goes in, and they start getting dinner ready. So they have a whole discussion of like, oh, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, you know, we have to let bygones be bygones. Our past is our past. Yes, we killed our other brother when we were exiled, and man, being king is so hard. But you know, I'm happy to, you know, start working together as brothers again finally. And he starts giving him his food, and he says, oh man, this is the best soup I've ever tasted. This is such good soup. He goes, yes, the meat was brought in fresh today. He goes, oh, well, this is very good. And then, I think this was for theatrical effect, but he scoops the soup out, and then he finds the necklace that his daughter one of his sons was wearing. And then he finds cufflink that another son was wearing. He goes, "What did you do? What did you do?" He's like, "I cooked my own son, and I cooked your children. Ha 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 ha. You. But now I'm not gonna kill you so that you can bear in agony all the things that I had to bear." So it was, and so that's the story of Atreus. So Atreus is a bit of the villain here, right? He cooked his own children. He cooked his own son, who technically attacked him first, and then there it is. I had it on me. I didn't even have to go to the box. Cooked up his own son to serve his brother. And his brother said, this is terrible. Why would you do this? This is no good. And then eventually, more cosmic revenge, more begging, pleading with the gods, saying, "How could you do this? This is awful. I want revenge." And then he takes dark turns and everything else. But that's the story of Atreus. And it's a great story. And they did a fantastic job with the production that I saw yesterday. All of that to say, there was a point to it, and I'm getting there, so hold tight. The point is that I talked to the playwright and director about it, and talked to him about how he chose the story and why he chose the story. And he told me basically that, you know what I should do? I should not do this. I should do, because I want to do this blue so it kind of looks more bluey. So let's do that. All right. Yes, I think that'll look much better. It's a bit of that. Yeah. So I asked him about, where he got his references from, and he was telling me that, different stories have different focal points on different characters. So, in his story, he labeled it Atreus because Atreus was not the hero, because there were no heroes in the story. Atreus was the main character. The focal point of this production, which is different than necessarily usually Greek myths, because Seneca's was written about and focusing on Atreus' brother and kind of the ordeals that he had to go through. And I mean, there's a point where he tricks his brother and basically is competing with him, which I assume that in the story, I haven't read the story, but I assume that in the story it's shown as, "Ooh, look how clever he is. Look at, or, maybe it's, spun to be, Atreus' wife didn't want to be with Atreus, so she decided to go and be with, again, Atreus' brother's name, Thessalonius? I don't know. So that was, so it's a difference of perspective. You can have one story be told about the heroism and the greatness of one brother, and then in the second story, it's about how immoral the other brother is. And it's just interesting to see, what is the focus? Where when you tell stories is the main character, and how does it work? See, now we have unlimited water up here, and we don't have to go down anymore. There we go. There we go. All right, look at that. We've built ourselves a little pond. More in the corner, and now we've got a pond. Gotta just throw some fish in there and we'll be good. All of that to get the water needed for the farm. And I can jump again. Good, we fixed everything. So it's just a matter of difference of perspectives, right? And we have these stories that we actually really do enjoy listening to and seeing on a regular basis. This is technically in the blue land, right? Yes, it is. So I need to do another blue one. These stories can be told from different perspectives, right? There's really interesting plays and really interesting stories that do that. For instance, I'm trying to think of a good pop culture example. I can't think of different movies that do that retell a story through a different lens. I'm thinking of plays the entire time. There's a play called Desdemona, which is based off of Shakespeare's Othello, and it's done from the perspective of Desdemona, Othello's wife. So it's, you know, the same story written from a different perspective. There's another play that's another really good one about Eurydice, and it's written from Eurydice's perspective of the classic tragic story Orpheus and Eurydice. So it's interesting how we also like to do that. We'll take these stories and we'll tell them from a different perspective. I can't think of any. Can you think of any stories in pop culture, like movies, TV shows that do the same thing, that tell the story from a different perspective? Because I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble right now, and I can't think of it. And I know what we're gonna put over there. We're gonna put some beetroot over there because I think that's what I want to plant over there. I don't know. But it got me thinking about, and this was a fun little thought that I had about like children's fables. Oh, okay. I got one. I thought of one. Snow White and the Huntsman. Or Maleficent. Actually, Maleficent's a better version of that. Right? We have the story of, oh my goodness, Aurora? Sleeping Beauty? Is that the name of the? I think that is. I think that's the Disney story that's based off of, right? Maleficent shows up in Aurora's story of Sleeping Beauty. Yes. But they just recently made a new movie about it, right? With Angelina Jolie. That's all about this character, and it's told from their perspective. Yeah, we'll just throw it here. It'll be okay. Which I thought was a lot of, it's fun. It's fun to see those stories and to look from a different perspective. It's like, oh, well, look at that. What was in there? I don't remember what was in there. I'm missing something in that block. Huh. I don't know what was in there. Torches? Were there torches in there? No. I don't know. I'm losing it. Guys, I'm losing it. It's been I'll get back to the points that I'm trying to make in my mind. It's been hard, you know, school is hard, and it's hard to keep up with everything that you need to keep up with. So it can be a little challenging. So bear with me if I've lost a couple brain cells, because I have lost a couple of brain cells. But I've also gained some because, you know, the knowledge of school and, you know, all the things that we're learning. Ooh, so good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ooh, nope, that was incorrect. I need to grab. I don't need my sword. I'm safe up here. I lit the whole place up. It is solid. Yes. Okay. So the perspective of stories, and I was thinking about, you know, these different children's stories that we have, and I was wondering about, you know, what the stories look like from a different perspective. And I think one of the best examples, another fun modern movie. I guess it's not really all that modern now, but it's still of the last couple of years. The Brothers Grimm stories, like the movie, right? The Brothers Grimm. It's like a I don't know if it's a thriller or a horror film. I kind of want to say it's a horror film. If you haven't seen it, it's great. I can't remember who's in it. It's got some nice actors in it. I want, like, my instinct is to say Charlize Theron, but I don't think she's in it. But she might be. Don't quote me on that. It's a great story. It's very fanciful, fantastic. It's about the Brothers Grimm and, you know, all these storybooks. Like the Gingerbread Man is in it. I don't want to spoil too much yet. The Gingerbread Man's in it. They've got the baker, the flutist, the magic mirrors in it. Like the mirror, like mirror on the wall is in it. So it just takes these. If you like horror films, that's a fun one to look at, because it's got this dark. It's a dark spin and telling of this, you know, these classic children's stories. Again, not really necessarily retelling, but kind of retelling these classic children's stories. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, if you know what I'm referencing, awesome. If you don't, it's a little unsettling. Not like badly so, but a little unsettling. When I saw it, again, I saw it when I was younger, and it definitely freaked me out. It freaked me out quite a bit. It was a good horror film. Now, probably looking back on it, I probably wouldn't be as freaked out, but I enjoyed it. So I was interested to know what kind of stories would be fun to tell from a different perspective, right? How could you spin it? Because I believe that all characters are redeemable in some way. Maybe not, okay, wow, yeah, ultimatums. Not actually good. I believe a lot of characters can be justified, and I think you can justify it. I don't think everything's necessarily excusable, but you can give characters a decent story and a decent motive to do it, right? Coffee break. For instance, one of the best written villains that I've seen in modern stories. And I say modern like, theater isn't modern. Theater is modern. It's just not necessarily everyone's aware and goes to see theater shows. Thanos, I thought, was one of the best written modern villains. I was just very, very happy with it because his actions were, again, I'm trying to use the right word here. Not justified, but understandable. Ooh, what is... we have oh, look at that. We've got fish. We've got fish in the pond. Woo-hoo-hoo. Again, not forgivable, but understandable. You following me? There's a little bit of a difference there. I'm not saying what he did was right. Again, this is a fictional character. I'm more... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's all we need. But I need more of that wood. I don't know. I really enjoyed his motives because it wasn't self-serving. It was cosmically serving, right? He could see that his planet was overpopulated and it led to demise and destruction, and so he wanted to spare the galaxy by saying that, hey, I want to clear half the universe's population to do my goal and to get it done. So I thought that was, again, motivations can be good, and it'd be interesting to tell stories from different perspectives, right? So I'm trying to think of a good example that I was thinking of. Again, my mind just goes to crazy absurd. For instance, the Itsy Bitsy Spider. We all know the song. The Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. Think about that story, but as told from the man who's watching it. Right? We'll include it to be a part of a larger narrative, right? So this is just one occurrence, and this is, let's say yeah, exactly. So here is the perspective. We're telling the story from the man who wrote all these nursery rhymes. He was cursed by the gods to write nursery rhymes, and so he's watching this. Can you imagine how freaky that would be? If you were sitting there and everything was normal, everything was good, and then all of a sudden you're watching this and you're watching the spider, and it starts to rain, and you're like, okay, well, this is, and I imagine him sitting in his study, right? He's sitting in his study in downtown London. Sure, we'll say London. We'll say he's in, colonial London, sitting in his room, forced to write these nursery rhymes, and he's working on the big one, right? He's working on Mary Had a Little Lamb, because he's, he just came back from the country. He was talking to her, and he's writing down the story. He's like, Mary had a little lamb, her fleece was white, has snow, and so he's he's slowly working through it. And then he's watching out his window, and he sees the spider. And for the sake of storytelling, it's not just a little spider; it's a massive spider. It's like the size of a cat. And he's dumbstruck, and he's like, "What is going on? Why is there this giant spider?" And nobody else notices because he's crazy. We're adding this to the story now. He's actually crazy. And so he's watching the spider go up and down, up and down. He's going up, 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 and then it starts to rain, and the spider can't hold on anymore. He starts losing his grip, so he starts falling down, and he's washed away. The spider just has no grip on his feet. And so he like shakes it off. He's like, okay, maybe that was, maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe that was just a fever dream. Maybe I, shouldn't have been out so late, or shouldn't have drank too much scotch at last night's shindig. And then he waits. He rides a whole day. He comes out. The sun comes out tomorrow. And then the next day, he's looking out his window again, and then he sees it again. And he calls to his servant. He says, "Servant, are you seeing this?" And his servant goes, "Yes. What are you talking about?" He goes, "Are you seeing that spider right there?" He's like, "What are you talking about? I don't see anything." And so he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, then you know what? Never mind. Apparently I'm just losing it." And it happens like that for a week. A week he sits there writing, trying to find the perfect rhyme, trying to, copy paste the poem he's writing, and all the while he's seeing this spider climb up and up and up and up, and it is just terrifying to him. I want to see that perspective, I want to see this terrified writer deal with this giant spider that he's seeing. I wanted to do it a different way, I thought, because I want to use these guys as the base, the foundation. See how that's the rock over there? But I want it to be sideways, so we're gonna have to clear this off a little bit, because I want that look, and I think this one will be sideways because I want it to be sideways, and nobody can tell me what to do. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I'm not gonna allow it. Not today. So yeah, that's my idea. I want to write stories. I want to write stories about just crazy topics, because I think those are the best stories. I think it's comedic. Oh no. I think it's comedic to tell stories from a perspective that hasn't been told before, just because I think people appreciate when something is told a different way, right? We've all heard the story of the Itsy Bitsy Spider. We know what that is, but to see it pop up in a different form would be hilarious. To be like, oh wow, I never thought of the Itsy Bitsy Spider as an actual terrifying story. Huh, interesting. Well, that was a creative choice. That's kind of what I want, right? I want to see more of those stories where people are genuinely creative with what they're doing. To explain, I'm not done with the farm project. I just want to move these animals so we can be done with all 4 farms. That's the situation I'm in at the moment, is that I want to move the animals, and to move the animals, I want to build their fence first. Okay, and I need that gone. Then count how many fences we have. We're gonna need a lot more fences anyways. There we go. Yeah. So I think that would be fun. I think there's plenty of perspectives that you could tell. Like, and it's a lot more fun to tell from the classic story perspective. So, like, Beauty and the Beast, but as told from Beast perspective. That'd be a fun one. Again, I don't know why I'm going with pure Disney. Let's think of another. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but here we are. And I think that's that's gonna be, I don't know how many we need. These adventures can be related through such grandiose means, and I want to explore that. Sorry, this is also really hard because I wanted to talk about the other book, but the problem is that these tasks require so much focus because I am literally designing this as I go. I don't have a plan. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it. So if it feels a little scattered, it is a little scattered because I planned out the areas that I wanted, but actually executing them takes a lot of focus, you know? It's like asking somebody to bobble up and down on their head. Can I bone meal this? I cannot. That's unfortunate. Can I put things that grow into the water? Like there. I cannot. Well, that's okay. So it can be a little challenging to navigate telling stories and also designing buildings at the same time. But if I pull it off, it will be a feat that no one has ever achieved. And it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. I like the fact that it's, I don't know, I like the blending of it. I know it's not exactly perfect blending, but I think that's the fun nature of it, is that you're seeing this ground and work. I'm doing the grid pattern. I thought about it. I wanted to break up the grid pattern, but the problem is I can't break up the grid pattern because there's things that, oh, I have tons of fences on me. I don't know why I went back. I can't break up the grid pattern because it's important for the map up above in the sky. So I'm thinking that if I keep everything consistent, it will look nicely done. And so that's why. Oh, and they connect. Good. I was worried they were going to connect, but they do. So no worries there. But boom, look at that. And the grass is growing back already. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And I want to put. I might swap those out with the lanterns because I like the way the lanterns look. But this is also not bad. Night, sleep. Like for instance, I don't know. There's other stories. There's plenty of stories to be remixed and to be revolved. I think that's, you know, to continue on the Greek theme. I think that's one of the things I like about it is that it can be told from different perspectives, and it kind of gives you this idea that, you know, we're not perfect. We don't have everything we need, and that it's supposed to be, you know, stories are supposed to be stories. They're supposed to be exciting. They're supposed to be things that you listen to and you're immediately intrigued, or you learn a lesson, or it just eats up your time. Where's the other one? Was it not ready? Should be. Huh. I don't understand what's going on. Why don't I have more seeds than... There we go. There's the extra seeds I need. I just want them... I just need enough to fill out this thing, and then we'll... Okay. Well, that'll be fine too. I think also there's a need to tell stories from other perspectives to enlighten. Like for instance, I really think it's important to tell the stories of the other side of history, right? So many times we get stuck on one side of whatever it is we're looking at, right? So I'm going to a place with this, but it can be used in a broader sense. But I think specifically for like for all the issues that we have here in the States about not social classes, social issues, you know, the social issues that we have. Why can't I think of the word? This is terrible. Civil rights, civil right issues. I think those are very important. I think those, I say, and I can't remember the word. I think those are very important. I think those are, I sometimes don't think they get the attention they're supposed to. You know, I think we tell it from one perspective, and we should really include all the again, we tell it from the right perspective, but I think there's more stories that we've kind of only been telling from one perspective for the longest time that I think it's important to tell it from the other perspective as well. You know, as well as history, as well as these stories that we're writing, to reintroduce to people that we're not perfect. We're absolutely not perfect, and every human being and individual is flawed, but also that we exist in a world where it's not bad. It's just we exist in a world. Where am I going with this? We exist in a world that only tells one perspective for too long, and we need to change that narrative, and we need to tell more stories about, you know, more stories involving other things. I wanted to do. How many more is this? Because I think I can. If I break this up. No, I like that. Because I think what it does is it forces us to take a look at the world and view it through the lens of objectivity, right? To know that a story is never just one position. You know what? I'm gonna change this because this won't work for the other thing that I'm doing. I need this to be the blue wood because these guys are not the same thing. So this needs to be regular wood as well. Right, so if you only look at the hero's story, you are, again, not indoctrinating yourself, but you are only listening to one perspective. And while that may be the moral message, you know, what can you learn from a different moral message? What can you learn from if the hero wasn't perfect? And seeing the perspective that maybe, you know, Gallant, 1, 2, 3, Valiant, not gallant, gallant and valiant. Heroes aren't that great, or aren't that, they're not as good as you think they are, right? We have, I'm trying to think of, like Robin Hood. I'd like to see a perspective from Sir John's point of view, right? This idea, that's what I did. I have that. How should we design this? We should definitely put wood in here, but how do we put the wood is my question. I also kind of want to do some stone, because that would be a lot of fun. Like, say we did, but then I don't know what to do for over there. No, we're gonna have to do this. Yeah. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Yes. That's what we'll do. There we go. And we'll put some fences in there. Yeah, look at that. I think that will work. Oh yeah. I want depth to it. How do I add depth to it? We could shave off the corner. We could shave off this corner right here. Do it that way. We could put ladders down. That's actually, I think that will be, not ladders, staircases. I think if we do some staircases for the windows. Oh, but they have to be up and down. No, we can do that, yeah. Because then, well, that will still be flat. But I was thinking if we punch out these guys and do some staircases, that'll be interesting. And then punch out these guys and do some staircases. That could also work. Oh, and we can put trapdoors. Well, because I have trapdoors now. So you get what I'm saying? We'll put like a trapdoor here, so that it looks like it's like a window. Yeah, that's what. And then I think I have fences. Yeah. And then these fences will go right here. And then there'll be there'll be some stairs over there. How can you truly appreciate the hero's journey without experiencing the mucky side of what they go up against? If you only love the hero's journey, then you're ill-prepared to take on the mantle. Think Jim Gordon. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I want Dark Knight Rises, that whole speech he gives on having a friend to plunge into the filth so you can keep your hands clean. Yes, I do. I see what you mean, and I do agree that we lose the credibility of the main character if what they're up against is not truly pure. No, I get that and I understand that. I think it's just a matter of artistic style, right? So, because that in essence is kind of romanticism, right? Where that's the realm and the world of romanticism, that we've got this that it's the hero and the hero's journey, and they're valiant, they're overcoming, they're learning, they're going to the cave, they're doing all the things that they need to do, and that's kind of where we're at. This is gonna give it B2, yes. We're gonna test it and then we're gonna run and see what we need to do. So it's a bit of that romanticism, and I think for me, I'm in a place where I want to see more realism. I mean, that adds depth. It's not 100% pretty because it's the same thing. Like it like blends in, is what I'm saying. There's glass over there technically, so we could technically put glass here instead of the panes. We'll keep it for now, and then maybe when the whole building is up, it will look better. I think yes. Because this has been a, what was it in? Building fences. It's been a trend through history, right? Art has changed throughout history, and it's most clearly defined in the artistic world of art, the world of visual art, right? Like the Mona Lisa, what else am I thinking of? The Mona Lisa, Monet, Picasso, your work, Handel, or not Handel, yes. So you're transitioning as we evolved, as we're moving through it, we get more and more, and we change the way that art in our world looks and the way we perceive it, right? Am I making sense with that? It's not only that, we're journeying through everything as we evolve and we move through history. Let me clarify that what we show as a perfect hero, and I'm saying is realism, and the public cannot appreciate the hero truly because they don't see the muck that's on them. Let me read that again. Let me clarify that what we show is a perfect hero, and I am saying is realism, and the public cannot appreciate the hero truly because they don't see the muck that's on them. Oh, okay. So you're saying that the heroes are dirty, and they're only dirty because there's other characters who kind of take that dirt away from them. I think that's what you mean. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what you're saying. And I think that's, and I would not disagree with you on that. That is where we are at, and then these are supposed to be staircases. That is absolutely where we are at, and I think that's because again, I think that's because of where we are in our artistic endeavors. Okay, how is a 2 base? It is a 2 base. So I want to do something like this and put this on the ground, I think. And then make a double door, I think. Yes, and here I can use the stones and the... But I want to make walls, so we're going to make walls. I think because it's I think because of the era that we're in and the age that we're living, I'm gonna move this. I cannot keep running back and forth like this because it does not make sense since I'm working on the building over there. Because of the era that we're in and the art or the artistic expression we are currently living through, I think we've gotta adapt and change and tell these stories. Again, I think we're in a place now where we're picking and choosing. We're not just telling stories. We can choose how we tell stories or what kind of stories we do tell. Okay, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I want a row of stone on the top. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah. That we're in an age. I just said it and I did not look at it. I need 8. We're at an age where we're kind of picking and choosing what the different perspectives and what the things are. What stories and focuses we're telling, right? Because we're in an era where we can kind of tell whatever stories we want to tell. If I build a door, will the door connect with the wall, or will the wall be different? This is something I need to double check. Close. We use the villains as foals in order to show the dirty side, but every hero is a fanatic who has to make sacrifices, but we still design the circumstances to favor the hero. Yes. We use the villains as what? Foils. I can't read. Yeah, foils. Foils in order to show the dirty side, but every hero is a fanatic who has to make sacrifices, but we still design the circumstances to favor the hero. So yes, I mean, yes, that's kind of the point of is that we do favor the hero. We do favor in the hero's journey. Again, we have movies and other things that focus on the other things, but we need this for contextual clues. I don't think it's gonna change. I think we're gonna have a little gap, and that will look weird for me. Yeah, let's move you on the inside and see how that looks. Yeah, that's not gonna work for me. That's not gonna work. I don't think. So I think what we need to do is just put regular stone. Nope, keep the idol on. Yes, I think in that type of story we do that. We make it so. Yeah, we make it so that the hero is the perspective that everybody loves and everybody watches. I don't like how square it is. See, that building is round, and the other building is kind of square, but it has fun, interesting angles. Right, you can see through the side of it. It looks angular. There's more to it than just the square. And I don't like the way the other one looks, so I want to make sure that it looks better. But I don't know how to do that, so I have to figure out. Yep, see, the doors are out bumped. So maybe if the doors were out bumped, I think that would look a little bit better. Maybe not. because the other place wraps around and this one does not, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. I think there's also something to be said that, you know, we're in an age now where we are telling stories from multiple different perspectives, and people really enjoy that. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Although, I think if I just did this, that might work a little better. I'm not sure. I think it just needs some sort of lip on top. Maybe, is it nighttime or is it, no, it's daytime. Like if it had something like that, I think that could look well. Yeah, it doesn't need to be fancy. It's a butcher's house. Yeah, it just needs to be kind of like that. I think that will work well. And then maybe some, yeah, the stone pillars again. There we go. Now we've added depth to it. And then move this guy down to create a bit of a facade. Right, splitting focus is hard. Like that. There we go. Actually, I don't think we need this. We can just go like that. Boom, boom, boom. We created a bit of a little entrance. There we go. I have limited characters on this platform for typing, so it's hard to get le concise. Limited character. Oh, really? There's a limit? There's a limit to comments? Huh. That's it. Oh, you do. I see the limit right now. I'm looking at it. I'm looking right at it. It says 200 characters. You can't go beyond 200 characters. You gotta figure out how to be concise. Okay, this is just let me coffee. That's one of the not annoying parts. They're not annoying. It's just not exactly what I like. When teachers, there's some teachers, here's a T. There are some teachers who say, oh, hey, you know, just be more concise. You have 3 pages. And like, well, I can't really develop my point in 3 pages. Well, you know, you have to learn clarity and conciseness of language, which always bothered me, because if it's too short, that's one thing. But if it's a matter of clarity of language, I don't know why they make it so small, because I think it'd be a lot easier if there was more. You could use more. If you can express yourself in more words, you should be able to express yourself in more words. There shouldn't be a limit for how many characters you're using or not using. Is what I believe. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna do that, and we're gonna get some lanterns hanging off of that. Yeah, I like that. I always have trouble with roofs, though. I don't like building roofs, so we'll have to work on that. 200. This is why we can't write better characters. Not enough characters. Yeah, tell Socrates to wrap it up. Keep it short, buddy. I guess. I mean, yeah, that is a good point. You know, some ancient writers can get kind of winded, and they can talk quite a bit about things that are not as interesting as you should hope. But ooh, yes, and then we'll do that, and then we'll put blue torches out here. Yes, good thing I grabbed it. And then we need more fences. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's just hard when you don't like writing, or when writing is not a thing that is a natural, not gift, but something that you naturally prosper in. It can be hard to write a lot and make, you know, good clear points in a concise short amount of time. So yeah, I don't know. Yes, and that's why we don't have good characters, because we run out of characters to describe those characters. Comedy, baby. Comedy, baby. That's actually a good point though about I just wanted the murkiness of it. Like, imagine a modern English teacher today, but teaching a young Socrates. That teacher would fail him. Yeah, I mean, again, from the different perspectives, right? So we always get Socrates' perspective on. I got another egg. Ugh. We always get Socrates' perspective, or at least the perspective of Socrates on the different things in the stories that he writes. But that's not necessarily 100% true, because, you know, what did Socrates look like to everybody else? What was his life like? What was, you know, how was he as a person? And I think that's more of the thing that we like to explore. Is this? I thought I had it. Did I not have the? Are they in here? They're yeah, they're here. You know, what was his life like as a person? Life like a person. I don't need these guys anymore. Don't need these guys anymore. I might need that in the future. I'm just trying to clear up my inventory. Yeah, this house is gonna look great. I think we're just gonna be able to finish this half, and then I'll finish the other half on my own. Because while this is great, I also want to move on to the next big projects on the list. Can you imagine that? I think that'd be a lot of fun, of having Socrates, like ancient Greece, as told from, and I think they did that with, if I'm not mistaken, Monty Python did it, with The Life of Brian. It was a comedy about this, a man who was born on the same day as Jesus from the Bible. Had followed his story of like the background of it, and I think that's I don't know. For me, that's a sign of creativity. I'm doing standard British right now for an upcoming show. It's creativity. Just because it forces you, it makes you a better person by looking through the perspective of a different character. I think that's more of where I was trying to go and where I was trying to aim for. Yeah, it just forces you to look at it from a new perspective, from a perspective that isn't necessarily your own, or yeah, again, it's forcing you to do that. And I think from doing that, we understand the world a little bit better. That's oddly why I like acting, is because it's forcing you to see the world again. And I don't wish. Not every person's the same, right? So not every person who does theater or shows or musicals or other things, not everyone will get the same thing. Some people do acting just for the fame and glory. They want to become the next Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, you know, Ryan Reynolds. They want to be up, they want to be popular, they want people to love them. No, I mean, there's a bit of an issue there, but not really an issue. If you're just doing it for popularity's sake, okay, enjoy that, I guess. But that's not, you know, that shouldn't be what it's about. It's about learning that perspective and seeing things from a different side of view, which is the same thing as storytelling, right? These stories are really, really fun to talk about and to muse on. You know, what would the life of Socrates look like if it were, you know, told from an outside perspective? I might want to actually raise this up a little bit. We'll see. You know, what would the life of Socrates look like if it were told from a different perspective? You know, standard Greek citizen who's just living their best life in the world. I want to close this off and then make this the gate. So this is where all the animals will live. That's where all the animals will live. And is this 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, it's 5. So we just need a gate and everything else. And I think that's what I enjoy about the Greek myths, is that 4, yep, and 5. Is that they can be told from different perspectives, and the different perspectives will tell you what's important. You can tell the story from the angle of the gods being great, and, you know, they are there to help all humanity out. But that's not actually how the gods function. They're not the greatest. They're all right, but they're not the greatest. The great gods. And there are other moments where it's, you know, they're actually pretty decent. What did I do on that side? I just want to clarify what I did. I did regular stone with the pillar going up and a U. But I can't do regular stone here. I can do something different. I can do this. But then there's nothing that I want with that. So I'm gonna do the blue wood. Yeah, I'm gonna do the blue wood. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I could do... It would be a lot easier if I just did... But it's gonna look too much. Yeah, I like the blue grays. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna create something different. Fox News would call Socrates a snowflake. I mean, yeah, and that's modernizing and creating these perspectives is a debate that we've seen all around. We see it a lot in like Norsemen, for instance, on Netflix. That's a good example of that. You're watching this these people from Norway and from the Scandinavians as Vikings, but they're speaking modern English. And actually, that's a really fun show. That's all the coffee. We are officially out of coffee, and we're gonna be okay. Yeah. We see it all. Is there a wall I need to do? I don't know what I need to do. There's fences. I mean, I could do fences. I want to do another wall, but I don't have anything that could be a wall. That's okay. We'll do fences. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to think of other examples of decent adaptations of stories from around the block, but I can't think of any. There we go. Da-da-da-dum. And then the top of this is the same thing as the bottom, which should be these gray guys, which I think will actually look not too bad. Norseman. Yes, Norseman is great. Norseman is hilarious. Because I mean, and that's where the comedy comes in, right? Because it is this story, and we're modernizing it, and we're getting it through the perspective. So we're actually getting a better glimpse onto what. Oh wow, that actually looks really good. I did not expect it to look that good. We're getting a different perspective and a different story of this classic. Again, not classic tale, because not everyone knows Vikings, but everyone has assumptions about how Vikings function, and then we get this, we get these stories of these Norsemen and what their society would look like. Again, it's a, I mean, technically that Hansel and Gretel action flick. I remember it coming out. I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember actually watching it. Yeah. And I think that's, see, this is opinion time. I think this is one of the things that bothers me about modern day Hollywood, is that sometimes we just reskin something that has been done already for the sake of just doing something different. But we don't do anything different. We just reskin and do a literal remake of something. God, which one am I? I'm thinking of a specific one that now I can't think of. Okay, there we go. I think that actually is gonna look pretty nice. It's gonna look pretty nice. Right, how does that look? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. I like the angle of that. I don't know, sometimes I think we get stuck, you know, just like, what was it? There was one that there was a, it's a play. No, it's not a play. It's a movie Oh, like with Disney doing the remakes of movies, right? We're doing like a live action Lion King and a live action Beauty and the Beast and a live action yada yada yada. But then we're not changing anything about it. We're just, you know, keeping them. Look at all those fish. Look at all those fish. That's great. That's crazy. We're not changing anything about them. We're just telling the same story again, which is kind of, I think, like I think it's great that we've gotten to a point where we can do CGI and do. Why am I attacking Disney? I don't know. I'm just attacking Disney. What happened? I placed something somewhere and something happened, but I don't. Oh, there. Gotcha. Yep. It's like something shifted, and I don't know what happened. We tell these stories, you know, a second and a third time, you know, a second time. We didn't update the script. We didn't change anything about it. We just, you know, decided to do the same thing again. Oh, yeah. And I think we make a little dome in the center. But now I need to figure out what to do on the side of it, because I like the angular motion of that roof, and I think that will distract from the. Because I think this can go down here and then across. Yes. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We didn't update the script. We just kind of kept the same thing. Like, I think, like, for instance, Lion King would be interesting told from Scar's perspective. You know, granted, we do know the story. It's basically a retelling of, you know, Shakespeare's Hamlet, but with a little bit of, you know, exposition. The beginning is all exposition, right? It's all like, oh, hey, look at this, you know, this is how we got to the place that we got to, but then it turns into Hamlet, without some of the details. But we didn't update it. So maybe if it was told again, I don't know. I'm in an uncertain mood today. I'm in an uncertain mood. I don't know how I feel or what I feel, or, you know, if this is a good idea or a bad idea. I just want, you know, I want fun things. I want stories to be told that are unique, that people have never heard before. Because I think that's interesting, you know, like what if, like for instance, what if the Star Wars story was told from the galaxy's perspective? Huh? What if it was told from, you know, that they're actually not too bad, and that these, I think that actually does exist. I may be completely wrong in this, but doesn't that already exist? A Star Wars story but told from the galaxy's perspective, the Empire's perspective. I believe that's a thing, where it's the Jedi are actually the evil ones. I can't remember where it's at, but I think that one technically already exists. So let me know if that does, because I think it does. I am always so bad at ruse. I suck at ruse. But we'll make it happen. Warp doors. And then we said that they go to the outside. There we go. Ooh, so menacing. These angular roofs are so much fun to make. Yes, okay. We've got pigs, chickens, and cows. Let's move them. I have way too much stuff in my inventory. I need to throw all of this in here. I can't even fit everything in here because I have too much junk. Can you help me out? Is there a story for the opposite side of the rebels stuff? I think there is. I'd like to know. I don't know. I don't know what the truth is anymore. I'm just a man. Oh, you know I'm a man now. Uh-oh. Alright, let's free these animals and move them in there. Animals, come with me. Oh, you have to, like, I have to, like, really... Yep, come on. Come over here. I will not be showing how to breed villagers on camera because it's a pain and a nightmare. But I will update you later about how everything goes. Can you come? Can you just come over here? Both of you? Or just one of you? Doesn't... Yep, okay. Yep. Excellent. You're now there. What is wrong with you? Are you stuck? Oh, I might have just lost the chicken. We also need to get cows up here. Just for the story. There it is. And horses. We're gonna have to get horses up here. But I think horses will be a little bit easier because I'm gonna use horse travel while I'm up here. You stay. Now I need the other pig. Where's the other pig? Or the chicken. The chicken will work. The fun thing about chickens is that they'll follow you and they'll jump off the edge. Imperial Perspective? I think it's called Imperial Perspective. I know there are some comics that do it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I thought so. I thought it existed. I didn't think I was crazy. I thought I knew what I was talking about. But I think that would go really well in the mainstream media. What is wrong? Why can't you go up that step? What is going? Yes, there we go. Now follow me. No, piggy. 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 There we go. I'm also thinking about making a Hall of Fame. Not a Hall of Fame, but a Hall of Live Streams. There you go. A Hall of Live Streams, because I've kept all the things from the different live streams, like Zorg with his name tag. I've got the different assignments from the fishbowl, the fishbowl puzzle box, or not puzzle box, but the fishbowl dropper that we have, the little bone place that we have by the two stores. So I really want to. This is all technically wood, right? Because it doesn't. Yes, it doesn't. It does not. So that'll be a lot easier to construct, which will be so good. I just need to grab more wood. Look at these crops. They're growing so well. I just want to get to a point where this entire thing is, there's people, and we can get some stories going on here, and we can get some exciting, developments, and intrigue. Like maybe the live stream is all about us trying to solve somebody else's puzzle or something else like that. I don't know. Or it could be focused on retelling the great tragic Greek myths, but through the use of the Minecraft engine. I'm also going to be hopefully getting, while I'm working on it, I'm going to be assembling my own desktop, and then we'll be able to modify this a little bit to make it look a little more interesting, a little better, a little crisper, cleaner, nicer. We'll get to write some stories because we'll be able to do a lot more with it than what we can do at the moment. But it will all in due time. All in due time. I need these guys and these guys and those guys and that guy and all the things. And I need. Do I have slabs? I thought I had slabs. Not anymore. You really don't take into consideration how long this takes. Not you, specifically. I'm not calling any of you out. I'm talking about myself. There's a lot of work that goes into it. Like, for instance, that blue wood. This blue warped wood is one of the hardest things to do. And we should talk about it from the perspective of the blue wood, It's not easy to get that warped wood because it's only grows one tree at a time, and there's only 4 or 5 wood pieces per thing. But from the wood's perspective, it's important. It's trying to do the best that it can, and then along comes this this know-it-all who's doing what he's doing, and all he does is grow you, so he immediately chops you down. There's no bask in the sun for a little bit. enjoy life for a little bit. No, it's just he comes in and tears you down. And we need to be telling that story about the tree. We need to be telling the story about the tree that was cut down within 30 seconds of it growing, of it being around. I also want a story from like a person who just does not, who you just wouldn't ever think about why their story is important. Not important. That's not to say stories aren't important, but from a perspective from somebody who's just, you would never think about hearing their story, just completely just out of left field. Like for instance, Beauty and the Beast as told from Maurice's perspective. What would that look like? You know? I mean, everybody knows Maurice. He's a good character. And what would that story look like for Maurice to be talking about Beauty and the Beast and like what happened? What also is his life like? He's an inventor, right? He's a crazy inventor. What inventions did he make? Huh? What was his, oh, that looks so cool. So this is the land that we've created above in the land of darkness, and there it is. The holy dirt block that fell from the sky. Oh, that would be so, oh. I'm gonna have to do that now that I think about it. Yeah. This is what we're trying to recreate in the map. You see how this is all covered? The entire thing has to be covered. So the entire land will be covered in darkness like this. Even if I put down a torch, you can kind of get it, but you still get that ominous, the land in darkness feel. It's absolutely terrifying. And if you had moments like that, where every so often there'd be a hole, and oh, yeah, see? You get blindsided by enemies left and right. It's a fantastic idea. I really love the theme of this season. It's just taking forever because, you know, I don't want to just cover the, I don't want to just cover the top. I want to, you know, make it look good on top. So it's functional too. Plus, if it's functional, then we can, you know, we can make the rest of it work well. Okay, how much do I have? Probably need a little more. Okay, I'm gonna try to do something. It's gonna be crazy. You're gonna have to bear with me. I'm gonna try to fly backwards through it. I think that would be a fun little TV series if you had the life of Maurice. Life of Maurice. And like the bell thing is happening in the background. I think that'd be good. Okay. Alright, we're ready. I'm gonna try to get back in that hole. Ooh. Ooh, did not make it. I did not make it. I did not make it. Nice and light and happy up here. Complete darkness down below. Ow. My head hurts. I don't know why. That just hurt my head. Kidding. The life of Maurice. I think Disney has a bunch of those that you could possibly turn into TV shows. Speaking of Disney and TV shows, WandaVision is out. I think there's 3 episodes already. If you haven't seen it, the first 2 were pretty decent. I enjoyed the second one through, and I think what they're doing is they're going. Again, I'm not deep diving into lore or anything else with that series because I like it. I don't have Disney Plus, so I have to watch it with friends or through other things like that. You know, get recaps or whatever. And it's interesting. I think they're what they're doing is every episode is moving through the decade, like moving through decades of filming, and I think they're gonna have 10 decades worth of stuff by the end. I'm not 100% sure on the plan as it stands, but I know that they're moving through the decades, which is kind of fun. I really do. I do enjoy that they decided to do more work with that, and they're kind of, you know, slowly trucking through the decades of TV and film and making each episode different from the last. That doesn't spoil anything. So if you're worried about spoilers, that doesn't spoil anything. I'm just saying, you know, moving through the decades and getting, you know, further along from the story. Or it might spoil it. Who knows? You don't know if you haven't seen it. But you'll know that they're moving through the decades, which is more of an appreciation for filming techniques than it is for, you know, not hearing about the show. Oh, it's raining and snowing again. Wait, what are you doing? Why? You can snow on here? Does that convert the... No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll go to bed and we'll reset that and come back. I should write a story. I should do that. I should write a story from the perspective of... yeah. From the perspective... what in the world? Where did that come from? From the perspective... oh, I don't have enough seeds. Because I haven't been doing full fields. I've been doing little fields. And so I don't have enough to run this farm. Again, this is not function. This is all presentational. If I were building a functional farm, I would make it with the flush system. But since this is not, this is more just for looks and storytelling. I don't need it to flush it quickly. Give me the seeds. Give me the seeds. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just need more, don't I? There we go. Now we'll wait till they all grow up. All right, look at that. We've got all the potatoes grown, all the carrots grown, all of that grown. Everything's great. That's good. There we go. We have the farms completed. Now we build the farmhouse. But I think since we're already building the butcher's house, we should look at the butcher's house. Kaboom! Not bad. Not bad. Okay. That's not gonna look too bad. I like the water on the map. Yeah, let's build the roof of the house. It's gonna be great. Yeah. We'll be back to some sort of idea. This week has been terrible for me, so that's why we've kind of been a little bit more scattered this week. I apologize for that. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We have ups and downs, just like it's on camera, because it's not exciting. It's just, unless you're looking for design tips and tricks, it's not actually interesting. That's the hard part, you know. It's balancing that idea of creating interesting content. And also, I need stone. Yes, stone and basalt, which I think is over here. Yep, stone and basalt. Oh, that's gonna be hard to do here. No, it's not. It's not gonna be hard. We can do it. Because we'll just make those wooden pillars. Balancing interesting content with actual talking points, because I do like to talk to you guys and tell you about the things going on and things running through my head. But the problem is, the talking points have to be prepped, and it's hard to prep on a busy schedule. And while it can be fun to just sit here and have me silently design, I don't think you guys want to do. I don't think you guys want that. So we will get more. See, but then that side one is also the problem with these directional blocks is that they're directional. So these, you'll see the side of it. I think I'm okay with seeing the side of that. I might also be okay with it if it went this way, like that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm a-okay with that. So that's what we'll There we are. There we are. Okay, and then we'll finish this up, which will be great. And then we will... Oh, this is going to be fun to build because it's literally splitting the center. So this will be a fun little project. Yeah, I'm not good at roofs, so we'll do that. There's the wood. I need the woods now. The woods in the woodsin. That was actually not too bad of a movie, or at least from my perspective. The Snow White and the Huntsman with Chris Hemsworth was in it? Question mark. I think he was. I think it was Chris. Yeah, this has got to be more of a traditional farmhouse. Well, again, I say that not with its full intent. 1, 2, 3. And then I think those will be... Yes. Yeah. There we go. What about bad ones? Have you seen some bad... Oh, nope, this is incorrect. Oops. Some bad ones where it tells from a perspective that didn't need to be told. Just like, oh, that was... I didn't want to know what they were like. Or what about something like Transformers? Well, I guess that's not okay. That's not. Sorry, I'm now diving into territory that's not 100% correct, because what I'm thinking is of stories with perspectives that of the very clear hero's journey. But it's just a story. Like if it were like, I mean, I guess you could do it for anything. So not necessarily. But I don't think I've seen any bad versions of the hero's story or even just any of this stuff. I don't think so. I think for the most part it's been pretty good. I think it's hard to do badly in that idea. But maybe not. Maybe I'm too forgiving. That's what it is. I'm just too forgiving. Which is fine. Fine, it's fine. I really do not need any of this junk. I just need to clear the inventory so I can continue to keep working. Things are getting crazy. It snowed where I was at. It was good. It was exciting. I wish we could go sledding. Sledding is nice. Sledding is fun. Don't have a sled, but sledding is good. Skiing is good too. I always say it. I really do miss skiing. It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun when it happened. There we go. And I think what we'll do actually is chunk out the center and do it with a bit more emphasis. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I want this to be dome shaped. I don't have any more of that. Yeah, looking better. We had somebody honking their alarm horns yesterday, and it was like really insane. It was like late at night too, when I was prepping for this, and it was just odd how much, like how intensely they were going at it last night with their car horns and trying to make it. It was. Okay, so we're gonna design just one half of it. And now I moved over here to work on this one. Great, fantastic. Oh, that's what I had in there. Okay. So no, I'm gonna need a lot more of these. There we go. So I think what we do something similar to over there. We'll come out like that. But we'll do something like this. So that way you can see like an up version of it. So we kind of get like this sloping down roof. Like that, right? And then we'll do that. There we go. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll continue it up and over and to the thing and to the back. I think that will look pretty decent. Just do that, and then we come over here, and then we do a little this, little this, little that, and then we gotta put the bum. I think if we keep this way, and then go. Oh, I fell off. Dun, 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 dun. And then I think we need to remove this guy. No, I was mistaken. I think we removed that guy. That's the one we removed. That was my fault. See, but now it's too high. There we go. And I think we can place torches, not on all of them, yeah. Some specific ones. And which is actually perfect, because that's what we need, is to move these torches on that. And that will be our clue. It's a clue! Anyone remember watching Blue's Clues? Yeah, Blue's Clues, but from Blue's perspective. That would be a fun one. You know? Think about how crazy that would be. Oh my goodness. Why, you can't crouch on these, apparently. I'll finish that side later. I just need to finish this thing. There we go. No, I didn't want that. Why this thing like that? There we go. I think that'll be evident that that's a sphere. I think that looks spherical to me. It looks spherical to me. There we go. I'll just do that for good measure. I always love making these little sphere things. The way that they look. There we go. Okay. Like I'm actually jumping on all that. And now let's take a step back and see the damage. What's the damage? Okay. Not too bad on the inside. See what it looks like from the outside. What would Blue's perspective be on that house? Oh yeah, I think that's gonna look great. Yeah. And I think we bust these guys out to make a little window. Yeah. Make a little window there. Well, I think we do this entirely and just make this. Yeah, I have enough. We'll do that and that and that and here and boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Yeah, sure. That looks better. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah. And then we can save on some of these guys. So that way we don't have to use it all. There we go. We're discovering this as we go. It's about jazz, you know? We're playing jazz right now. Jazz from a different perspective. we're free flowing. We've got ideas. We're talking about them. I actually did a channel. This is which was one of the things, which is kind of where this came from also, and why I like to do this kind of stuff. Again, the channel was a little bit different because the idea was not stronger, but a bit stronger, because there were definitely rules to what I was doing, or I made rules to what I was doing. The channel there was a channel I used to run, which was called Free Speak, and it was quite a fun idea, and I liked the idea of it. It came from a that should be enough. It came from a exercise I did in one of my English lit classes. I think it was composition. Specifically about they were having us do essays, and they were trying to get us to like work on our essays. And I was like, okay, well, I guess let's do it. And one of the things that they suggested was, hey, work on an essay, and the essay, free write it. And I was like, what's free writing? And they said, well, free writing is just writing and then just going with whatever your first instinct is. So there's no sort of limitations. You're just talking about, I'm trying to think about how this door, I want this to be also angled, so I think we'll do a staircase. Do we have staircases? Do we have staircases in here? No, but we do have lots of wood. Free writing is just to write without stopping, right? You set yourself a time limit and you say, okay, 5 minutes, and I have to keep going until time is out, basically. And it was really fun. It was a fun exercise. I had never done something like that before, and it got me thinking about, well, you could do the same thing. You could do the same thing with YouTube. You could do the same thing with YouTube. It's not 100%. Well, it's not exactly the same. I mean, it is the same thing. It just doesn't. The issue that I found, right? So the idea that I had usually was to start the timer, and I would do like 10 minutes where I had to just continually keep talking, kind of like a vlog. I mean, it's the same thing as a vlog. Vlogs though are usually edited, right? So you get a little bit of a, oh hey, this isn't exactly what it was supposed to be, so you can kind of cut and edit around the things that were good and the things that were bad. With the idea that I had, it was not. There was no editing there was not required. There was no editing. So it was just, I'm doing this and I'm saying this and this is what is being said. Ooh, it's too close. Now we got a little, well, it's okay. That'll be fine. It'll work. Ooh, we'll do reverse staircases. Yes. So it worked well for a bit, for a little while, but it just didn't get the traction. Mostly because people don't necessarily enjoy content that isn't edited. It's fun to get the content sometimes that isn't edited. Do I want to do that? No, that doesn't look right. Why doesn't it look right? Is it better to go it's because it's a staircase. So we don't need those upside down staircases. What we need to do is to create something like this. I think if that happened, yeah, and then we expand that lip down a little bit. I can't get the circle that I want for this. I think this one is extra. I think if we remove this one, everything makes sense. This at the top of the block? No, it's at the, See, that's what I was talking about. I need this to be down at the bottom, because I kind of want to do that thing again with the staircases, but that's not going to work. Well, then what we'll do is we'll just throw something on top of it. So we won't, no, that's not what I want to do. We won't throw things that. So we'll do, say we got something like this. So then this actually needs to be a wood. I've had an idea. It's genius. It's jazz. Because that one's going up, right? So this one's gonna go up too, and we're gonna go 1, and then we'll put one of these guys on there. Can you go on top of a fence? Can you go on top of a fence? Yeah, like that. Boom. And then we'll put this guy. No, not that guy. Put a blue version of the same thing. I don't have any. We'll make some more. Boom. There we go. Put that there, and we'll put a blue one on there. Yeah, I think that will work just fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna look good. Yeah. So I had that running for a while, and why are the doorknobs off? Look at that. This doorknob is higher than this doorknob. That's okay. Had that going for a while, and it wasn't bad. It's definitely a challenge to keep talking. Right, I challenge you to try it, to just keep talking and to keep coming up with something to say. For I think I would do 10-ish minutes, 10 minutes, something around that, around that length. It's difficult. It's challenging. It is not at all easy to do that and to be able to talk about literally sometimes anything, sometimes nothing, to kind of keep that conversation going is very difficult. But it was something that was really exciting for me, because then it allowed me to turn off my brain. Not turn off my brain, but to unfilter my brain. It could be viewed though as like, ugh, this person never talks about anything important, so we need the 3 that goes down there. Which is the the offside of it, is some people will think that you're a blabbermouth. Again, I'm not recommending you do it all the time. I'm not recommending you just talk without a filter all the time. I'm saying try it, because I had never tried free writing, and this was something that was genuinely exciting to me, because it was a different thing that I had never done before. There we go. This is what we need. This is what we need. You got what I want. I can't believe that. So I have to lose a couple, because that one's gonna break apart now. No, it's not. Okay, good. And then I think I can break this other one, right? Because it's on the bottom one. Yes. Okay. And I fell. Because that's what you get. Yeah, free writing is actually very difficult. But if you do it well, like, if you practice it, right? Because in writing, the first time you do it, it's not gonna yield anything for you. You're gonna be like, oh, well, that felt like a huge waste of my time, because my mind was very easily distracted and went to, who knows where. Okay, this is gonna have to change. I don't like this. I think we're gonna do it the same way that is, because this is too vanilla. This is too vanilla Minecraft, and I want to get rid of torches. And I don't need torches on top of these guys. I don't know why there's torches on top of them. Yeah, I have an iron farm. I think we're gonna stick with that, and we're gonna get these lanterns. Because ideally, I would like to not have any torches at all, and do that. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, and that's what I wanted to do too. I wanted to start including some other light sources. So we'll make it work. I was going because I was out of planks, yes. It also makes you appreciate the words that you say when you do it. when you free write with your mouth, which was the point of the channel. Free writing with our mouths. And then we actually do go one down. Okay. This one's gonna break now. Bump. Because free writing can let you be creative. I believe this one goes down. Yes. And then this one comes across. This one goes over. Nope. And then these guys go away. It can be good and bad. You get the creative side of it all, and you get the like the next time that I did it, the next time I free wrote on paper. I mean, not with the channel, but free wrote on paper, actually a lot better, and I didn't think it was gonna work with that, with the teacher who said it. I was like, are you kidding me? This is not 100% ideal. This is not I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm doing it. This is, this feels non-important. I'm just talking. What do you mean? Like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? They're like, no, just write. And I was like, but the point of the point of the project is to, type about, write about whatever this is. He goes, yeah, but that's not important. Allow yourself to go somewhere, and then you can actually also help discover your own voice, which I actually, eventually became very useful. It's like, oh, okay, wow, I didn't think about that. This needs to go there. So that 3 and then 3 and then down and down, and I fell down. I said down, I went down. I'm really curious to have other people try to do that. I think it's I think it would be a great little acting exercise for actors to try to do that. Because I think shouldn't that be there? I feel like that should be there. I'm getting lost and confused. Dazed and confused. These days are confusing. Oh, yes. There we go. And now I'm out of that. I think when we finish up this building, we'll have to call it. Because I've got to do some stuff today. Today is a busy, busy day. I think also we're just working on figuring out what this whole channel is. I think so. This needs to be higher, this needs to be lower. Yes. Then we'll remove that, just like that, and we've got that. You move that and that and that and that, and you get that. Dun, 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 dun. And then see how it looks. There we go. Yeah, that's the correct viewing of it. With that going down. And then we have one more lower level, which will... I need a lot more planks. I should do a community build thing. If you guys would want to do that, be able to like take suggestions and have things built instead of building the idea that I have in my head, but work on it with you guys and see what you guys come up with and what you would want me to build. That would have to be like a Friday night kind of thing. Like if there's a moment where everyone's free and they're like, oh hey, we should do this. And then I can hop on and we can take suggestions and work on different things together. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I fell down again. Great. Great. That's just great. There we go. Only one section left, and that's the blue one. And this one's going to be easier because it doesn't actually require tonight. We're gonna work through it because we gotta do it. Gotta make it happen. Gotta make it happen. Oh, when this is gonna be done, it's gonna look so good. We're gonna look on a map and it's gonna be basically exactly the same thing that is on the map. And that's why I wanted to keep it kind of that idea of that everything's consistent. Okay, this one needs, I think if we go here, won't break it. I don't know. We'll make it work. And then these guys need to be lower. Nope. Slabs are the most difficult to work with because they just keep getting in the way, and it's not ever perfect. Dink, dink. Do we have more of those? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And then we need to extend this one out. Yep. I almost broke one of my hoses trying to get everything done with that. Or my Super Saiyan. What were you saying? Super Saiyan? Oh man. Oh man. Let's get. Nope, that's not what we need either. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that was gonna happen. Is it gonna be okay if I go from here to here? Is this gonna be okay? Yeah, this is gonna be okay. I still have 3 left over. Kaboom. And I still need to do 1 more row of that. But then that'll be almost it. I want to put the doors on there too. Might be enough. We will see. Or we could do a musical. We could do a musical live stream where we just sing. That could be fun. That'd be very silly, but that would be very good. I don't know. I'm still thinking about all these different things that we could do. I think there's plenty of options. And then we put a staircase there. Yes. Boom, 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 and a staircase. Boom, 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 and a staircase. Yes, yes. And then boom, 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 and a staircase. 3, I need 3, yeah. Staircase. This green wood is really good for ghost ship textures. And I think it's gonna be, I would love to try to make a ghost ship at some point. Because they look, if they're built correctly, they look really fun. This almost looks like a meeting house more so than a farmhouse. And again, not necessarily a traditional farmhouse, but this has got a fun little look to it. And I know it's not functional, it doesn't blend. It's not supposed to blend, it's supposed to be odd. It's supposed to be odd. Nope. Boom, boom. Those out, and we're almost done. Almost done. A few more little details. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And fences. Obviously doors, you can't forget doors. And then lanterns, yes, but then we inset the doors, right? To close, yeah, by the thing. Did the doors to close. That's, get a couple more of those and do that. I don't know why you always make 3 doors. Why can't you make 4 or 2? And then we'll put beds. We'll have 4 little villagers in here, working their hearts to their heart's content, and then we'll fill it up and make it look, you know, not empty. We probably should have some light here. We'll just do a couple more things of light. Make sure that we put the light up on top. I think so. I'm just worried about the other corner that we had. I don't think we did it. Yeah, we didn't do it. Dum bum bum bum. Okay. Looks like a chocolate. Looks like a fun little chocolate. Actually, it does look. If you jump up and down, it looks like a sphere. There we go. We still have to do the roof on that. Yeah. I will get to it and get to work. Let's see. Let's pop this frame out. See how it looks. Ah, beautiful. That's a good sphere. Pond, the different things. It's coming together. Still got the other half to work on, but you know, we'll all in due time. All in due time. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. I think we need our rest. We need a rest. We need rest to recoup, to get full of imagination, full of life again, and I think we'll be able to attack it again. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for chatting with me, for listening to some ramblings today. We'll have another live stream coming up next week, which will be great. And in the meantime, I'll be working on these roofs to get everything done. So I'll catch you on the flip side. I'll see you when I see you. And I hope that you take care. Take care of yourself. Relax, rest, do what you need to. All right. Adios, guys.